Hello, good people. It's Rob Lee. I appreciate you taking the time to watch the video. I want to apologize and tell you that I'm sorry that I'm so late in putting out this video. I had planned on doing it last Monday. And quite frankly, I came under some spiritual attack. And that's okay. Quite frankly, I expected it, and I got exactly what I was expecting. And that's all right. I've overcome, and I'm here. And I'm going to do exactly as I promised, that I would take many of you who are willing to go with me out into the deep water, and I want to show you the truth of this world, who you are, who your enemy is, and where you come from. And we will continue to just walk from there. I need to say a word to Google, and I need to say this up front because this will be important as I go further in my work. First of all, I don't promote any hate. I have never tried to incite violence. I've never told anyone to grab a weapon. I've never told anyone to hurt anybody. I never would do such a thing. So this channel isn't about hate. This channel is about awareness, and it's about love for certain people. No, I don't love everybody because my Father did not tell me to love everybody. And when he said love thine enemy, he is referring to loving thy enemy of thy own family. You see, many of you are not of my family. You know what I'm talking about. Many ignorant people don't have no clue, but you do, Google. You know exactly what I'm talking about. I have to be afforded the same rights as other channels under the Fair Use Act. You see, I have to be allowed to show video clips and pictures to educate and to teach the people. Now, in the past 4 days, I have educated myself on what the Fair Use Act is and how it relates to me, what it pertains to, so I'm well versed in it. And I've looked at dozens of other channels who use video clips of modern TV and what they're allowed to use and what they're not allowed to use, and when they frame it in just such a way, but it comes down to you deciding we allow it because they serve you. They serve your master. When I don't, I serve a different master, because that's what it comes down to, is that we have different fathers. You have your father and I have my father. I have to be allowed to have the same rights as other people and other beings. I have never received as much as 1 penny for any of my work. Never. So when the Mohammedans come and all the evil beings come with and tell us how much and who you're working for, how much are you getting? The answer is zero. Nothing. Not one penny ever. Nothing. My Father will reward me as he sees fit. So to Google, to the entertainment industry, to the entire media, left, right, you're all the same. Religions, secret societies, paid shells, and internet operatives, from Tel Aviv to New York to Chicago to London, when you sit in your little booths in your cubicles, and you monitor chat rooms and you monitor videos to see who's doing what. My real name is no secret. My location, my physical location, is not hard to find. I'm not in hiding. I speak openly and without fear from anyone or anything. I fear my Almighty Father and nothing else. And I know you don't want to get into a contest with him, because you can stop breathing as surely as you are breathing. And no, not from my hand, but from his. Many people have mocked, gone after the children of the Almighty Father, only to find themselves sick or worse. I may use pictures, videos to educate and help people to learn the truth. I have the right to do this under the Fair Use Act of the United States. If I am refused this right, I will appeal the decision, and I will humbly turn you over to my Father. Let's not play games. I know what you are and what your agenda is. You serve your Father, I serve my Father. The Almighty Yah called me to do his work, and it's through the blood of Yeshua, Jesus the Christ, that I am protected. I am here to tell the truth. Now let's move forward. I want to say a few words to some certain beings of this world. To the Zionists, to the bankers, to the corporations, the secret perverted societies, to the Nephil, the blue blood, to the Jesuits, to the rapists, to the Pope, to Islam, to fake Christians, to you ignorant churchgoers, you shills, you operatives. How many lies have you told today? How many children did you rape today? How many murders have you committed today? How many animals did you torture today? How many jobs did you send to China, India, Mexico, and Pakistan today? How many? How many people lost homes, cars, insurance, and more because of you today? Any new shooting hoaxes on the Tell Evil Vision? Surely you've got a new hoax for me of a fake shooting that the majority of the ignorant world believes when you know it's just one big contrived lie. But you do it oh so well. And you know that you stand and sit right in front of millions and millions of people and look right at them and lie, because your father is the original liar, isn't he? Any new fake diseases with ready-made pills and vaccines for the cure? How many children and young women did you kidnap today? How many babies did you kidnap to sell or overseas? Go ahead and tell me. I'm sure you keep track. How many young girls did you kidnap in the Dakotas, in Texas and California, to send to Saudi Arabia, only to find out that these girls are missing and their moms and dads are looking for them, but you no good, evil, wretched, diabolical creatures have sold them? How many people have you deprived of their rights today? How many people did you poison with chemicals in our food, water, and air? And why are you still telling naive and ignorant people that we all came from Africa when you know that we did not? See, you know the truth because you are the illuminated ones, temporarily. You have more knowledge than the majority of the people, the vast majority, but not all of us, because some of us the Father has blessed. Why are you still telling people that we are all the same when you know that we are not? Why do you fear the people knowing who they are and where they really come from? Why does that bother you so, especially a certain colored people, pale people? Why is it that you don't want them to know where they come from and you hide their history? Could it be because you are imposters? You are pretenders? I say to my Almighty Father, how I loathe these sadistic cowards, the fallen bloodline. They've been trying to defeat my Father from the very beginning. They are the 33 1/3. And I hate them as much as they hate me. Yeshua, Jesus the Christ, said to love thine enemy. And it's true, I do try to love mine enemy. You are not my enemy, because you are not of my family. You see, the Father does not contradict the Son, and the Son does not contradict the Father. And the Father told me explicitly in his holy word to hate you. And hate you I do. Because I know what murdering, rapist, wretched, thieving, conniving, wretched devils that you actually are. I know you for what you are. I know what you even really look like. You're imposters. I asked my Father if he really wants me to do this. Father, do you want me to do what other people have been afraid to do? And the ones that have, some of them have met with a terrible fate. And I asked him, Father, do you want me to show the world what you showed me? Do you want me to pull the mask off even more? See, because I know who you really are. I know your agenda. I even know how you will implement it. I don't know when. I'm not privy to such things, only my Father is. But I know what you're going to do. You're going to try to genocide an entire people. I know exactly what you're going to try to do. I'm going to tell the truth. And if you have any issues with me at all, you go to my Father first. You go to him and get into a contest with him. And let me know how it works out for you. And by the way, this picture is not for looks. The statue is symbolic, and you know exactly what it represents. You know exactly what it represents, and you know who is who. See, this is the final scene of a saga that has been playing itself out for tens of thousands of years. This statue and picture is a reminder to you of your fate, because you are not going to win. You're not going to win. So now you can run and go tell your daddy, Apollyon. You can go run and tell the capstone. You can go tell your servants. You can go tell your masters, and you can gather around the table and wait for the crumbs to fall. That I said, I rebuke him in Yeshua's powerful and precious name. And to my Almighty Father, I love you, Father. I'll die for you, Jesus Christ. I bow before you, and I'm ready, Father. It's been a long time coming. a long time coming. I am your lowly and humble servant, and I will save as many of my brothers and sisters as I can to help them to prepare for the upcoming hell that will engulf this earth, because there will be no revolution. There's not going to be no massive revolution and we're going to take back our country and make life better. It's not going to happen. There will be a temporary lull, and we will be given a time to prepare ourselves spiritually and physically. And then the final onslaught will begin. And it will be hell on a scale that most of you do not understand. But I'm here to tell you, I'm here to warn you that it is coming. Now let's go further and let's look at our earth. And let's look at pyramids and serpents. Because to truly understand us, them, and where it's all going and where it came from, you have to understand pyramids and serpents. And a serpent is also synonymous with a dragon. Also synonymous with a dragon. All across this earth, you will see pyramids everywhere. On every single continent. Everywhere, pyramids. And you will see statues, carvings, paintings, writings about serpents and dragons, pyramids. Everywhere. On every single continent, going back, I believe, as much as 20 to 25,000 years old. Megalithic structures that nobody knows how could they possibly have been built. Who could have done it? Who could have had the power and the knowledge to do such things? Who? Let's look at some pictures, and then we will move forward and go from there. Let's look at some pictures, shall we? Of our earth. The Himalayan mountains, how incredibly beautiful and majestic, how incredibly high and powerful. At one time it was an ocean. There is sea salt on top of the Himalayas. Yes, it's actually sold. Of course, you know there would have been a Zionist company that would have got hold of that, and they've already decided to market it and make money off of it. And one time it was an ocean. The Grand Canyon, the beautiful canyon. And if you look at this beautiful rock and you wonder how long it took to carve that niche. And where are we? If you were to start at the top and walk your way down throughout history, where would we be? We would only be a tiny fragment of this history because we were the last to be created. You see, it started with water. It started with water, then land, then the animals, and then us on this earth. But I won't get into where we were before that because that's getting too far ahead. And then we go to Bolivia and we look at a pyramid on top of a mountain in a lake. How old it is, who knows? The experts guess, but then again, the experts, they work for the beast, so you can't really trust the experts. See, the water table has changed. The water table has risen drastically. And you go to the coast of Japan and you see this massive pyramid. And all over this earth you see pyramids. Pyramids. Everywhere, pyramids. And here is a picture right here taken from the air in Australia. And I want you to take a good look at this, people. This is taken from the air in Australia, and I also have pictures like this that I have used with different internet programs of pictures of the earth with pyramids everywhere and the same signs and symbols that we see now all over this earth. Peru, Corral, supposed to be 5300 BC. I believe it's older. Pyramids everywhere on this earth. Then we go to Turkey, Göbekli Tepe, 12 to 14,000 years old. Who do those monuments look like? What do you think that might be? Let's go back to Mexico and look at this. We will notice the dragon. People gather here once a year to see the serpent. Wind its way in the shadow down the steps because as you see, it is a serpent. And people were taken to the top and they were slaughtered and then tossed down them. They were serving the serpent. Has anything really changed? Because don't they now still take you to the top of the pyramid, slaughter you, and then throw you down? Only now they do it in a different manner. Let's go to Jordan, to Petra. And let's look at this right here. Look at the size of that door as this is carved into the side of a mountain above. Right here, look. And if you can go online, you can look at the pictures of what it's like inside. Look at the doorway. What was that made for? Do you think that was made for the likes of you and me? I think not. And let's talk about the serpent. Enter the real serpent. And I don't mean no damn snake. You see, the serpent is only a symbol. In the Bible, the garden, there was a serpent. No, he wasn't a talking snake. He was a man. He had took on the form of flesh and blood. He was a spiritual being that took the form of a man. He was never a talking snake. You see, the snake is just a symbol for a race of people. A race of people. We refer to them as people, but they're not quite like us. Hardly. Just the opposite, in fact. And all throughout history, as you look, you will see the serpent. Everywhere you look, you will see the serpent carved into everything all over this earth. All you have to do is look. In modern, you see the magazines, The Future of Medicine. Oh, yes, indeed. The serpent. The Luciferian world order, the snake, eating its tail. Because what this does is it forms a complete circle. You see. You are surrounded. It has come full circle. And if we look at a concert ticket here to show you how they mock you right to your face, this is by a group called the Smashing Pumpkins. Now, I don't listen to their music. I have no idea who they are. Quite frankly, I really don't care. You can see the so-called Star of David, which is nothing but a complete lie because there is no such thing. And people believe that this is actually a beautiful thing here on the Israeli flag. It's a Star of David. That's a lie. And you notice on this concert ticket, you see the snake, and he is a snake. And you see the hexagram inside of it. It's demonic as hell, and it's right in front of your face to mock you. Mock you. And again, everywhere you will see the dragon carved. And now we will look at a picture of NASA, and again we have the snake. And we have the snake's tongue, because that's what that is. And I know many of you are NASA lovers. You love NASA. NASA. We can always trust NASA. They've got a rover on Mars. Really? Do they? Yeah, right. I know they do. Let's move on here. Let me show you another picture here that you may find telling. Here is a picture here of a dragon. And I want to pause on this picture right here because I want you to look at it. I want you to look at it well. This dragon, he has a crown on. He's claiming to be king. He's mocking the one true king because this beast knows that it can never be king. It's a temporary title it has. And it's devouring a child. It's eating a child. And the child is symbolic of Jesus the Christ, but it's also symbolic of the family of Jesus the Christ, which is you. Yeah, you. The person listening, you. You. See, it's devouring you. And then you go to the next picture and you see the Zionist Catholic, Mr. Bill Maher. And you see what is on his shirt. Do you think that's a coincidence? No, brothers and sisters, it's not a coincidence. It's how they mock you right to your face. And his head's tilted and he's always got something clever to say and he's looking out for you and he's on your side. Not hardly. Not hardly. Because he has a different father. He can never care for you or feel anything toward you. And let's continue. More with Time magazine, doctors and patients, and that's the reality of it, because you have to be sick. And all this is supposed to be, when you get down to it, this is supposed to be about UFOs and aliens and lizards from outer space, and they're coming from another dimension, and that's what it's really about. Nothing could be further from the truth. The UFO deception is one of the greatest in history because it has taken hundreds of millions of people away from the truth. as they stand outside and look at unknown lights and believe that they're actually visitors from outer space, when they're actually visitors from right here. They're visitors from right here, baby, right here. They didn't come from outer space. They didn't come from another solar system. They came from right here. Right here. I think it's time that we go and look back and find out who they are. To do that, we're going to have to read just a little bit. All right? Just a little bit. I'm going to pause for now. We're going to pause for now, and then we'll come back and we'll pick this up in part 2. I appreciate you guys being here. I love you guys. I thank you for being here. I appreciate it immensely. And we're going to go forward, and we are going to get there. Some of you are. I promise you that you will be shown the truth of this world and who you are. I love you guys, man.